Modi's touchdown at Leh was preceded by a terrorist attack on a BSF convoy on the Srinagar-Jammu National Highway near Pampore. The attack took place at 9:40 last night. Now, while addressing Indian troops in Leh, the Prime Minister sent out a strong message to Pakistan, saying the neighbouring country had lost the strength to fight conventional war but continued to engage in proxy war. Now, this is the first time that Modi has attacked Pakistan after taking over as Prime Minister. Right, remember Narendra Modi taking a tough stand and refusing, in fact, to back down, claiming that Pakistan has lost the strength to fight a conventional war, and that's why they continue engaging in proxy war of terrorism. Now, this is, remember, as Narendra Modi has, in fact, touched down in Jammu and Kashmir. He first addressed a rally in Ladakh, and this statement, in fact, was made as he was addressing troops. And these are, in fact, visuals that we're currently getting you from Ladakh, currently Pakistan provoking again. Remember Narendra Modi's visit coming in on the day that a BSF convoy, remember, was attacked last night. Two attacks, in fact, are coming in. And also, Pakistani troops, as they continue to violate ceasefire on almost a daily basis, summoning India's envoy to protest what it called unprovoked firing by Indian forces. But the Prime Minister taking an aggressive stance, slamming Pakistan's proxy war. Shuja Al-Haq now joining us on the phone line with more. Shuja, you know, Modi's visit extremely significant, as we have spoken about the political ramifications it has for the state. But also what is more important is the changing stance of India, taking a more aggressive approach towards the issue concerning Pakistan, as Narendra Modi has said that he is completely aware of the proxy war of terrorism that the country continues to inflict upon India.
Well, that's right, Sanjana, and it is the reports that we're getting that he is not been mincing any words in accepting that there would be strict action, and the security forces are ready to take on any proxy war that is launched from the other side. He also went ahead to say that since Pakistan or our neighbor was not capable of carrying out any conventional form of warfare, so they were resorting to this kind of proxy war, and something that is being taken very, very seriously. So a very stern message the Prime Minister is sending across. As we speak right now in Kargil, where we are standing, Prime Minister has just landed. His cavalcade it is just moving towards the venue. As you can see, I made on the screen that the Prime Minister's cavalcade, which is just coming downhill from this small airstrip that was created here for the landing. The Prime Minister is accompanied by the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, and also Governor N.N. Vora. They were initially at Leh, where they attended a function and inaugurated a power station. Now they are landing in Kargil. They almost arrived at the venue, and there is another inauguration of a power station here. Remember, this is something that is being taken in a very, very significant manner, because Kargil, so to speak, is a Muslim-dominated area. And what we have learned from the BJP sources is that he is making sure that a message is sent across which can give the BJP a political edge as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, and as far as the elections that are going on that are supposed to be held here in a couple of months' time.
Right, Shuja, let's use what you're saying as a jumping off point in terms of what, political impact this is going to have on the BJP and their presence in the state. Earlier, remember, we spoke about Omar Abdullah and how very confidently he claimed that there was no Modi wave in his state particularly. And right now, we have seen that Omar has been a Modi beta for quite some time, but he has in fact accompanied the Prime Minister. If you can just shed light on the kind of tension or the kind of interaction that is taking place between the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister currently, and also about what Modi's political strategy is going to be in the state.
Well, there's no secret about the fact that two leaders are on the opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to politics. while Omar Abdullah and his party have been a part of UPA and they continue to support Congress, BJP has been an opposition both in centre as well as the state. While Omar Abdullah has been claiming that BJP, politically is a non-existent entity in Jammu and Kashmir, the BJP on its part has this time around given a call for its workers to achieve a mission 44 plus, which they call the number of target seats that they have given out to their state BJP cadre. So clearly, this is something that is a political flashpoint between the two. But as far as the government is concerned, Chief Minister is the head of the Jammu and Kashmir state, and when the Prime Minister comes, in his official capacity to inaugurate infrastructure projects, it is his duty to accompany the Prime Minister, and that's exactly what we have been seeing. Last time around also, when the Prime Minister came and inaugurated the railway lines to Katra, the Chief Minister Omar Abdullah was with him, and this time around the Chief Minister again with him, both at Leh as well as Kargil. So there have been a little bit of discrepancy between the two when the Chief Minister was heard saying that these two power projects were actually the brainchild of UPA and were started by them. It's only the inauguration that is happening today. That is something which was refuted by the senior leaders of BJP. We spoke to Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi just a while ago, and he said that the Chief Minister and National Conference were only resorting to cheap political gimmicks at this point of time, and they should only be talking about development and building of infrastructure of this place. So various aspects of the entire visit, but the significance is that it is important both strategically as well as politically at this moment.
Right. Shuja, if you can just tell us, just give us details of the audio, in fact, that is coming in right now.
Well, the Prime Minister has just arrived at the venue in Kargil, and he is basically at the polo ground, rather the stadium of Kargil town, where the entire event is taking place.
Okay, let's just, we'll try and get back that audio, but as we understand, as Shuja has told us, that Narendra Modi has in fact reached, and he is lay on the stage at the polo ground to inaugurate the Leh Kargil Srinagar transmission system. Remember, just earlier he was addressing a rally in Leh, and he also addressed army officers and Jawans who guard the border at a very high altitude, including the world's highest battlefield in the Siachen Glacier. The Prime Minister then flying to Kargil, holding a public rally and inaugurating the 44 Chutak power station. He will also lay the foundation stone for a 349-kilometer power transmission line that links Leh, Kargil and Srinagar. Now, this line is to be built at an altitude of over 10,000 feet in the snowy terrain and is expected to ease the power crunch that is a big problem in the region. Now, remember, this is Modi's second visit in 38 days to the state. Remember, seen as a thanksgiving to the people of Ladakh for voting the BJP's candidate to victory. The BJP, remember, won the Ladakh Lok Sabha seat for the first time this year when Thupstan Chewang, who was its candidate, beat his near competitor by a slender margin of 36 votes. Now, the best performance in the state ever. BJP now aiming for what it calls, as Shuja has been outlining, its mission 44 plus in the state elections. So Modi's visit here having a lot of political ramifications. The J&K Assembly, remember, has 87 seats and 44 is the halfway mark for a majority to form the government. And these are in fact live visuals coming in of Narendra Modi. Remember, just moments ago he had in fact addressed a rally in Leh, but now he is in Kargil, and this is where he is going to be holding a public rally to inaugurate the power station and also be laying the foundation stone for a 349-kilometer power transmission line linking Leh, Kargil and Srinagar. Now, the line is to be built at an altitude of over 10,000 feet in this region, expected to ease the power crunch in the Leh Kargil region. Now, remember, even earlier in Leh, he in fact outlined the demands of the locals, but that is also going to happen here as well. He is accompanied, as you can see on your screens, by Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. And both places he is expected to talk about the long-standing demands of locals like employment generation and other demands. Gaurav Sawant, our Strategic Affairs Editor, joining us on the phone line with more. Gaurav, we understand that the Prime Minister has in fact reached and will be holding his public rally shortly.
He will be. This is the second power plant that he's inaugurating in the Kargil sector. The first was in late this morning. This Chutak 4 into 11 megawatt power plant is a very difficult power plant to have made. It's in the Zanskar Hills. What this will do is provide 24 into 7 electricity, not just to the Kargil region, but once connected to the grid. The effort is that this Leh and Kargil power plants will provide electricity to this entire region. The Prime Minister, as you heard him in Leh, Sanjana, he spoke of 3 P's in Hindi. He spoke about Paryavaran. He spoke about, which is environment. He spoke about Paryatan, which is tourism, and he spoke of Prakash, which is energy. So he's talked about how energy, tourism, and the ecology of this region will take this place forward and provide electricity not just to the state, but once connected to the grid in the next 3 years, provide energy to the rest of the country. And solar power is something that they will focus on in this region. 5,000 megawatts is what the capabilities, the capacity can be in the times to come. So when the Prime Minister was here in May and once again in Kargil, he will be talking about employment generation through tourism, through energy, which will bring a lot of money to this area. New industries will come in and will generate employment. People we've been speaking to here, both in Kargil and in Leh, are speaking about a new vision which will take them forward in the times to come, Sanjana.
Right, Gaurav, what is also significant definitely about the political ramifications that this visit will have, considering this is Modi's second visit after coming to power, and also the outstanding performance of the BJP in the state, and also because it is the first visit by a Prime Minister in Kargil after the 99 war.
Extremely significant, assumed significance in the light of forthcoming assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir. And this is where the BJP has been talking about changing the dynamics of elections in Jammu and Kashmir. While this Ladakh region has only 4 seats, the Kashmir region has 46 seats and the Jammu region has 37 seats in the 87-member state assembly. What the BJP intends to do, or what the Prime Minister intends to do, is talk about development, taking this entire region forward and not vote bank politics. And that is something that area BJP leaders have been talking to us about throughout. The Prime Minister has come here twice to the state of Jammu and Kashmir after being elected. The first time it was in Patra for inauguration of the train, and second time now for the inauguration of the power line. What is he talking about? He's talking about development, taking this state forward, youth being the force to take this state forward. And as you rightly pointed out, Sanjana, this will have a major role to play. This is likely to have a major role to play in the forthcoming assembly election.
Right, and also, Gaurav, let's just look at the kind of interaction, that we spoke to Shuja about this as well. Omar Abdullah was extremely confident when he claimed that Narendra Modi had no impact in the state, that there was no Modi wave in the country. And, he has been known to be a Modi beta and a vociferous one at that. But here we see that he's interacting with the Prime Minister, obviously trying to be as gracious as possible. But if you can just sort of highlight on as to what is the body language? What is the situation like currently on ground? How is Omar seeing this? Is he threatened by this visit?
Well, if we were to look at the Prime Minister's speech, there was a very clear talk about the vision forward when it comes to elections, where he's talking about the party, which is the BJP or the government, being open to tying up with like-minded parties against corruption. Where is the indication? The Omar Abdullah government has been facing a lot of allegations in this regard, and this is where the Prime Minister has thrown a bait to other parties in the state. The Prime Minister is very clearly talking about this war on corruption that needs to be waged. that corruption is the biggest enemy of the people, and that there is no shortage of funds, there is no shortage of money. Jammu and Kashmir hasn't seen development, and that is not because money is not available. That is because money is going into just a few pockets, and there needs to be a war on corruption, and they are open to tying up with anyone in this war on corruption. So the Prime Minister has thrown a bait. It now remains to be seen who takes that bait, and if the forthcoming assembly elections will be extremely interesting in this light. Now this is all pure politics in the upcoming, before the upcoming assembly elections, Sanjana.
Right, and Gaurav, besides the geopolitical, obviously, the significance of this, it's 3 days before Independence Day, really boosting the morale of the troops, but also, indicators, the changing stance of the country, where we're taking a more aggressive stand when it comes to Pakistan. More out there, Narendra Modi refusing to back down. As Praful Bakshi clearly enunciated that it's okay to continue diplomatic channels and have this sweet talk, but what really happens on the border is a different reality altogether, which Narendra Modi is in fact willing to acknowledge, more than willing, and refusing to back down when it comes to being firm with Pakistan.
Well, the Prime Minister is traditionally considered very close to the armed forces. If you look at Narendra Modi's address on 15th August last year, it was from Lallan College. And, at Lallan College, he spoke of a clear message to Pakistan. And he said this message comes from a border state. So Pakistan should hear it loud and clear. Now the Prime Minister has moved from Lallan College to Lal Killa. And this speech of his will perhaps resonate, or will have some resonance of Lallan College. And here, what you heard him at the Rinchin Auditorium at the 14 Corps headquarters, the Prime Minister told the troops, and this is something that the soldiers know, that Pakistan Army is not in a position to fight a conventional war with the Indian Army. The Pakistan Army is degraded. It can only fight a proxy war with India, and that is through terrorists. The soldiers need to be prepared for this proxy war. At the same time, the superiority that the Indian Army enjoys in terms of numbers and weapons, that the Prime Minister has assured them they will continue to maintain that superiority. Better equipment will be provided to them. The nation owes it to them. At the same time, the message goes out loud and clear to Pakistan. While we resume bilateral talks at the level of the foreign secretaries, we may engage at the sidelines of the UNGA. Proxy war has to be dealt with.
Gaurav Sawant, thank you so much for bringing us that update.